When I'm reviewing a TV on this channel, one of the main aspects I look at is your game mode. And if your game mode is a good game mode, then I will call it a good gaming TV. So today I wanted to look at the LG OLED TVs for 2023, and I'm going to be using the G3 a lot. But we're also going to talk about the C3 as well because it is affected by this problem too. So the phrase of the day is going to be HDR impact. Now, what does that mean to you? I want you to focus on that for a second. What does HDR impact mean to you? For me, when I think of HDR impact, I think of how bright the colors are, how vivid the colors are. Is it going to make me say, wow, when I see it? Is the explosions going to come to life? Are you going to have a very bright orange with the explosions? Things like that, you know? And when you're looking at colors, if you see a color that is meant to be bright, you want it to be as bright as possible, right? It has to be something that looks realistic to you. And that's the biggest problem that I see with the LG J3 and C3. Some things just look lifeless and not realistic at all when it comes down to the color presentation in game mode. Maybe you're thinking, hey, that image on the screen right now is not bad. I can deal with that. Sorry to break it to you, but that is going to be filmmaker mode. Let's show you the difference between game mode and filmmaker mode using the UHD benchmark disc from Spears and Munsell. I want you to look at the G3 right here and see when I flip between filmmaker mode and game optimizer, look at the red. You are definitely seeing that the actual vibrancy of the red is being reduced and you're losing that. You can see that in filmmaker mode, it is brighter, more vivid, more vibrant. And then when we switch to game mode, it's just gone. When I see that, the word that comes to me automatically is it looks a bit dull. It seems a bit lifeless, and that is going to be a theme that you see throughout these examples. Yes, you have a bright, vivid color, then game mode pops in, and then that is reduced quite a bit. Another dramatic one, let's look at this, the flower that is clearly having sun shining on it. You can see when we're switching from filmmaker mode to game mode, again, it looks dull, you lose the life of the image. And if we go to another example here, you can see it once again with these flowers, you're losing some of that vibrancy in the image. The butterfly is another clear example where take a look at the yellow, you're not getting the same brightness from the yellow. And again, another butterfly, you could see that here in this image, especially the one with the flowers. Yes, you were losing a lot of that red pop that was coming in through filmmaker mode. You're just not getting that in game mode. And so that is where we see these problems exist. And I see this in games all the time as well. And I've shown that. And I'll have some game examples in here just a second. But I want to show you that it is also available with the C3 where you're having the same problem. When we switch from game optimizer to filmmaker mode, you're just losing a lot of that brightness. And that's something that comes across clearly in games. So look at the pen here. You can see when I'm swapping from filmmaker mode to game mode, you're getting that shine right back onto that pen. But outside of game mode, you're not getting the same shine. Here, look at this example with the parrot. When I'm switching from filmmaker mode to game mode, you're seeing even in the sky, there is a loss of brightness. So it's not just in the feathers, as you can clearly see, but it's the whole entire image. It just doesn't look as bright. It just looks duller and almost like a painted on type feeling. And you can see when I keep swapping from filmmaker mode to game mode, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to drive home that fact that you're getting robbed of picture quality in game mode. So the G3, it's a great TV, there's no doubt about it, but if you're trying to get a lot of the benefits of why you're even buying the G3 in the first place with your game mode, you're not getting it. You're pretty much getting like what the C3 looks like. Even C3 looks better when it's in filmmaker mode than the G3 when it's in game mode. And I think that alone is a problem for people. All right, here is an image that was shown on HD TV test as well. And this is from the UHD benchmark disc. You can see that within the field of red flowers, you have that yellow flower. It's very bright outside of game mode. Switch into game mode, now you're losing the brightness of that flower. And that is once again a clear example. Now, you're probably thinking, well, I want to see some gameplay examples. So I do have some gameplay examples here for you as well. All right, now we are back to the C3 and the G3, but this time I have turned on dynamic tone mapping on. So you can see that it doesn't matter if it's off or on, you still have the same type of effect. And the whole time I've been showing you this video, I've had dynamic tone mapping turned off on both filmmaker mode and game mode. But here we have it on game mode. I want to show you with Sea of Thieves. Look at the flag here, and you can see that when I switch, we're having the same type of effect going on, whether it's the G3 or the C3. Same type of things. Now let's move to the S95C next to the G3. Okay, so here we have the G3 next to the S95C, and if you want to see this full comparison, I have the full comparison on the channel, but this is from that video, and you can see switching from filmmaker mode to game optimizer will show you that you are losing that brightness that you see on the S95C. When it's in filmmaker mode, it can be very comparable to the S95C, but the problem is the S95C looks like this in game mode, and the G3 doesn't. So to me, that's a clear reason to get a different TV than the LG OLEDs for game mode. It doesn't even have to be the S95C. If you put the G3 up against another OLED, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's not an LG OLED, that other OLED is going to beat it in game mode. So look at this bright green sign on the S95C. It's lit up, it looks very vibrant, but on the G3, it doesn't look like that is the case. Now, there is a workaround for the LG G3, and that's using auto low latency mode, but you're going to be adding a little bit of input lag, and not every console or PC will support this auto low latency function. So if you're using ALLM mode, you just have to put it in a different mode in order to get that color vibrancy back. If not, you're in game optimizer and you're going to get those dull looking images from time to time. But since most people aren't knowing about this workaround or not doing anything about it and just getting the LG OLEDs and playing it in game optimizer mode, that's why I have to make this video. So you can see there is a clear difference with game mode and outside of game mode. And even outside of game mode, TVs like the S90C just outperform it in game mode. So that is one of the biggest things that I wanted to call home to you guys and let you know that if you're looking for a gaming TV, save some money, go with a different TV, not the LG G3. The LG G3 is a great TV, but it is not a great gaming TV. Hopefully you guys appreciate this video because I am just trying to get you guys one of the best gaming TVs available, and that's not going to be the G3 or the C3, so just skip those and grab one of the other TVs within that price bracket. Let me know in the comments, do you agree or disagree with this video? And if you want to see the whole entire side-by-side comparison that I did with the G3 and S95C, check it out right here. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.